Okay. Hi, my name is Ryan Luna. I was a medic in the U.S. Army. I got out active duty as a specialist. Came here to Penn State to use my GI Bill. I'm a biology major, and I would like to do clinical research after I graduate. When I had signed up for the Army, hold on, let me start over again.
Okay. You know what? That's a good time to stop.
I joined the Army back in 2003. I was a high school senior. I was 17 years old, living with my parents in Northeast Philadelphia. I chose the Army, honestly, because of the job selection. I originally wanted to be a Marine, and when I had found out that they pretty much gave you a job, I didn't like that, and I had already planned to use the GI Bill and go to college after my enlistment, so I wanted to pick a job that I wanted to have a career in. That's why I picked medic, because I wanted to be in the medical field. My first days in service were a little rough. I remember feeling being lost and just pretty much trying to find my spot in the stiff form of the Army. And boot camp, I went to basic training in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and they call it Fort Lost in the Woods, mainly because it's a very big Army post, and you can get lost in the woods. It's really big. I forget. Oh no, we'll just cut that part out. My instructors were most of them were pretty tough on me. I had one, it just seemed like he was really out to get me, but he helped me become a better soldier because of it. So I don't hold anything against them. And I got through because of my battle buddies. I had really good battle buddies that I haven't seen since basic training because we all had different jobs, but it helped to actually make jokes about our time in basic training, and I really enjoyed basic for what it was worth afterwards. After basic, I was stationed in Germany. I was in the 1st Armored Division in the 1st Battalion, or 1st Brigade, I'm sorry, and I was in a tank battalion, and we went to Iraq in 2006. For all of 2006, we got there in January, we left in February 2007, and we were there. Our first 6 months, it was spent in northern Iraq in a city called Tel Afar. As a medic, I was the line medic for a scout platoon. Our unit had put us north of Tel Afar, actually, in a small town called Afghani. There we did I was with the scout platoon. We did recon, just pretty much finding information in the area and controlling traffic that was going into the city from the northern side. After that, we moved into the city. After 3 months in Afghani, we moved into the city, and we helped the Iraqi police in the city maintain patrols and hold on. After we had moved into the city, we were assigned to the Iraqi police to train them on how to patrol their area, and we had stayed with them for about 3 to 4 months. And I remember at first when we got there, they were jumping and running to pretty much every sound that would go off. And by the time we left, they seemed pretty proficient in their job, at least from from the time we got there. And as a medic, besides the duties of taking care of my own guys, I would also see these Iraqi police and help them with any injuries or illnesses that they would have gotten. I remember we had a Kurdish army, maybe a Kurdish platoon next door to the police station that would also work with the Iraqi police. And I remember one time they came to me, a guy had appendicitis, and nobody knew what was wrong with him, and as soon as I saw him, I was able to tell. And we ended up sending him to our own first aid station. After Telefar, we had moved down to Ramadi with the rest of our brigade. The brigade was attached to the 1st Marine Expeditionary, and in Ramadi, my platoon was in charge of the route recon, pretty much securing one of the major highways into the city. And I remember the first couple months on that highway was pretty rough. Saw action probably about every night. Just going out there. Did a couple other missions during my time, and also I helped out in aid stations whenever I could. My unit was awarded a Presidential Unit Citation for their first tour in Iraq when I had gotten there. When I had gone to unit back in '04, and I believe we got another one in '06 when we had gone there. I can't remember. I had received a number of other medals while I was in. I actually got out before I made sergeant. I was promotable, and I also got out before I had gotten my combat medic badge. I kind of wanted that, but I wanted to get out more, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. I stayed in touch with my family while I was in Germany, mostly by telephone. My mom would call me every week, about once a week. In Iraq, it was a little bit different. The main method of communication was the internet, and actually my platoon we put a bunch of money together, and we bought our own satellite and internet service. So we set up, wherever we went, we set up the satellite and had internet. It was decent. Besides, sandstorms would really mess up the internet. So the food was different, much different. When we spent those first few months in Afghani, we were so far away from our main fob that it took more of an effort to go out back to the fob to get food rather than actually buying it in the town itself. So we ended up, we would actually go food shopping downtown in the market. And it's actually good we did that because helped build relationships with the town, the people in the town. And people were more willing to talk to us after those interactions we had. And also, while we were in Afghani, we were stationed with the Iraqi army, and they helped us get food also. So I remember we would have a barbecue every once in a while, and the steaks we would get from the base, but pretty much all the helpings came from the town. Definitely felt a lot of pressure and stress going out, especially in the beginning. I would say controlling the highway going into Ramadi was more stressful due to the fact there were a lot more IEDs in that area. My guys had gotten so good at it, we can actually spot it from a good distance. So eventually we got really proficient at our job in that area. And but still, knowing that they were out there was not an easy task. We kept ourselves busy. A lot of the time I had spent, talking with platoon as a medic. I also had to deal with their mental ability or mental preparation as well as physical, and they keep my guys sharp was good and healthy. Often after foot patrols, they would come to me with their feet. Oh, never mind. Hold on. I'm gonna cut that part. After foot patrols, I would make sure everyone was feeling okay. Hydration was a very important part, especially in the summer. Didn't have many heat casualties, as they would say. I think only one. We had the first guy we lost. Actually, we lost him. He had a seizure. It wasn't from anything serious. It actually just happened out of nowhere. Okay. Let's see. We also watched a lot of movies in Iraq. You can get a lot of bootlegs, so that was cool. I remember leaving the Army. My unit actually was deactivated in, I think it was June 2007, and I had gotten out July. So now on top of that, our base was closing. So it was a lot of things going on when I was leaving. So we had a bunch of ceremonies, and we had turned over our base in Friedberg, Germany, to the German Army, the Bundeswehr. And I remember spending a lot of days, since everyone was leaving, not just myself, which was kind of different. So everyone was leaving, so the base was getting smaller and smaller. And okay. Maybe we'll have to do this later.
I think we got a lot here.
Just one more page.
We can always get that another time. If you got a few minutes.